Hello, coaches. So, welcome. And in this video, I'm going to share how I got from 0 to 56,000 organic followers in less than a year, generating daily hot inbound leads and only posting 3 to 4 times a week with zero spend on ads. Just using one simple blueprint, I want to share with you what's been working for myself as well as the coaches that I'm currently working with. Right. So, first of all, who is this not for before we even continue with the video? So, it's not for influencers or content creators, or if you are just here because you want more views, followers, or go viral, or you're not here to build a business, you have never posted content before, you're looking for some sort of get rich quick scheme, or you're scared to show your face in your content. If this is any of you, right, feel free to click off the video because I don't want to waste your time and it's not what this video is about. And who is this for? Right? It's for coaches who wants to make an impact and help more people. Or you have experience of helping others. You already work with some clients, but you just struggle to grow online. You're not sure what to post, right? Or you've been posting consistently, but you struggle to generate more leads or getting more engagement. You're probably relying on cold outreach every day, speaking to non-interested prospects, right? Or you copy viral trends, you get tons of views, but no clients reach out. Or you tried different strategies people suggested online, but nothing seemed to work. Or if you get leads, but they are low quality leads, or they come with full of objection. If this is any of you, feel free to stay on. This video probably benefit you, right? So first of all, why even listen to me? So this is me when I started in 2024, right? In January, you can see started with 26 followers. These are all my mates, right? All my family. And I have zero online presence. I have zero online clients. I just wanted to build my brand online, right? And fast forward a year later, I have now 56,000 followers, probably more when I've published this video. And I have my coaching spot all filled out, working with clients all over the world. So within a year, I was able to use organic content with a simple blueprint to turn my Instagram into a lead generating machine, right, as you can see here on screen. So what you're seeing here right now is the number of coaching inquiry, right, in the past 9 months since I launched my one-on-one coaching offer from purely just inbound leads, through the link in my bio without any call to action, meaning these people saw my content, they click in the link to my bio and they fill in the interest form, as you can see here. So this exclude any DMs conversation, any inbound through my Instagram DMs, right? So you can pause the video and you can read through some of the things that these people actually told me of the reason why they wanted to work with me, right? And having this system and learning how to post content that helps me generate inbound leads, right, allow me to spend more time on my clients, allow me to spend more time building my business while my content do the heavy lifting for me. I was able to attract, interested leads, not just any leads, but my exact client avatar, and without having to hard sell my audience and doing cold outreach. Right? And I was able to do that because I positioned myself as the only one for them, not just another option. And I like two quotes from Alex Hormozi, right? He said, once you learn how to consistently get leads, life gets easier. As well as, sometimes it really is as simple as double your leads, you double your business. So a lot of times when we talk about, lead generation, the issue with generating more leads, it always comes down to our content problem, right? Because our content, our marketing is how we make people reach out to us. So to fix a leads problem, a lot of time we just need to first fix our content problem. Now, these are some of my clients win. Again, you can pause the video, read through them. I don't want to go through them too much, right? But a lot of these coaches that sign on new clients, what we did not change the offer. We did not run any campaign, any paid ads. All we do is we just fix the content, right? And this is one of the workshop that I ran back in March. So I just teach one component of what you're gonna learn in this video. And this is some of the feedback from some of the coaches. Again, you can pause the video. I'm not gonna run through them. Now, this blueprint, right, also allowed me to achieve some of these things along the way. Again, this video is not about me, but I'm just gonna quickly run you guys through what I've able to achieve just to inspire, right, not to show off. So first, building authority. So learning how to position myself online, learning how to post content online, allow me to become one of the coaches that my audience look up to in my industry. I was being recognition, getting recognition from public, getting invited to events and high-end gyms, for free. Of course, freedom, right? I choose who I want to work with, where and when, and I never have to go to work a 9 to 5 job or on gym floor because I have the skill set, right? As well as I get to work with my dream clients. So I work with some professional athletes all across the world. I was able to help aspiring pros turn professional as well, which is always cool to see. Of course, unlocking new doors, new opportunities that comes with, building your personal brand online. All right. Now, what's the reason that I'm sharing my blueprint? So first, of course, I see a gap in the market, right? Many coaches struggle with content and generating leads, right? You guys are probably good with what you do, good at getting results, but content is something that is probably an area that you are lacking. And I see many coaches steal my content as well without understanding why. And people think content is all about views, right? More views is better, sign more client, but that's not always the case. My coaching spots are always full as well, so I can always, take on more clients. As well as there's a huge problem with the content advice that I see on the internet, which I'll dive right into it. So what's the problem? So content, right, don't generate leads like they used to anymore. It's not like back in the days because there's way less competition. All you have to do is just, share yourself online, post about your service. People is gonna naturally reach out. And also there's this oversaturated of same advice, value, and trend in every niche. I believe you see it yourself as well. Most content advice only talks about surface level tips, right? You see a lot of people, a lot of content gurus will tell you, do storytelling. You need better hooks, trending audios, how to go viral. You just need to be more consistent. But these are just very surface level tips, right? That they don't really tell you what is the principles behind that and how to utilize them. As well as competition is higher than ever before, right? And it's only going to get higher. More and more coaches are looking to transition online, as well as pay ads, keep getting more and more expensive, right? If you master organic content, that would be the best way to approach it. And one of the biggest lie that I see, right, that most people tell you is the market is saturated, right? It's too late to get into the online space. There's too many people in this industry. I'm sure you have heard that before. But the truth is the market might be saturated, but your niche of one, right, is not. So how do you position yourself as the only one for your audience so that you can remove all other competition? It's not just picking a niche like what people tell you, right? Just pick a niche, you'll be good, right? For example, busy professional, you help busy mom. So these are not enough, right? Because there are a lot of coaches in your niche as well. And it's not just showing up raw, right? People tell you to be authentic, show your emotion, show your whole life, right? It does work, but it takes a long time to build trust with this method, as well as we are coaches, right? Creating content is not something we want to do, 24/7, right? We want to focus more on coaching. So there's two reasons that people choose you and want to work with you. So the two things is first, they need to buy into you, which is building some sort of alignment. Second is they need to buy into your mechanism, which is through clarity, right? So they usually ask these two questions, right? Do I align with the person's teaching, value, belief, or vibe? Right. So for example, people of the same value, if you are in the self-improvement space, if you are in the fitness space, you usually tend to attract people who are in this, who have the same hobby, the same interest, right? That's just how human psychology works. As well as your mechanism, right? People ask, do I see a clear path to get me from point A to point B? So you can make big promises, right? But for example, people who have been overweight their whole life, there will it will be tough for them to actually believe that you are able to help them lose that 20 pounds of weight. But if you can show them the step by step, if you can explain to them why your mechanism works, why your method is special, how are you going to get them there? It makes the process more believable. It makes them buy into your process. That is how you convince someone and makes you stand out in the industry and makes you the only one for them, right? which is how I came up with the entire blueprint as well as the name of the blueprint, which is the one content blueprint. You know, the goal is to position yourself as the one for your audience and eliminate all competition. So the one content blueprint is built upon 5 values, which is first simplicity, efficiency, precision, consistency, and alignment. Right. So simplicity is using one message and one system to create one outcome, which is generating daily inbound leads. Efficiency, we want to spend less than an hour a day to generate daily inbound leads. This include content and your lead generation activities. Precision, you want to attract the right audience, not just any followers. Right. Consistency, we want a steady, predictable flow of hot inbound leads. As well as alignment, we want to post to attract, right, not chase. Now, this is my one simple approach. You can see the pyramid here at the bottom, and the base, the foundation, is your messaging, right? Which is the whole structure, which is the first thing we're gonna look into, right? Your one messaging, how to position yourself, how to get your messaging right, how to get your messaging clear, so that we know exactly what to post, who do we attract, as well as our audience know who are we speaking to, right? Second, once we get our messaging down, then we want to jump into content, right? We want to look into our content strategy, which is our one content ecosystem, which I'll dive deeper into it later in this video. Right. So once you get that two foundation down, which is our messaging as well as having a content strategy, now we can look for growth, which is how do we start to scale our page? How do we generate more leads, right? Using the one lead a day system. But the mistake with what a lot of coaches does when they get into the online space is they jump right into growth, right? Without spending time getting their messaging down right, without coming up with some sort of content strategy, right? Which is why they try, you can post consistently, but it will be hard to grow if you don't first lay the foundation, right? So this is the approach that you want to go with: messaging, content, and then growth at the last. Now, the one content blueprint is built upon these 3 core component, which is first your one messaging, right? How to attract dream clients and position yourself as the one for them. Second is your one content ecosystem, right? A machine that attracts, contain, nurture, and convert followers on autopilot. The third one is your one lead a day system, right? How to turn the right audience who's ready to buy into daily inbound leads. So let's talk about each of these. The first one is one messaging, right? How do we actually attract dream clients and position yourself as the one for them? First of all, before I dive into that, there is a huge problem, right? Most coaches will teach you this, to pick a niche, show more testimonial, give more value, see what's working in the market, just have to post more content and get more views, get more followers, you get more clients, right? This is what most coaches will teach you. And the reality with doing that is all you're going to do is you're going to position yourself as just another option, right, for your audience. And you attract people who takes a long time to buy from you. They might watch your content, right? You attract people who are there just for your content. They are just there to consume, but not to take action. And the reason for that is because your dream clients who are ready to actually buy from you, they are not on the internet to choose the best coach out there, right? They choose the one they resonate with the most, the one who makes them feel seen, heard, and understood, the one who shows clearly how they can bring them from point A to point B, right? So most coaches, right, they focus on how to chase, how to post to chase, but not how to position yourself as a coach to attract clients from reaching out to you. And they focus on giving value, value, value. But rather than that, we want to focus on creating alignment as well as clarity, right? So when I talk about value, it looks like, focusing on tips and tricks. You show the step-by-step on what exactly to do. You use a lot of big promises. You sell the outcome. You talk about features. You show transformation, or you target a niche. But in order to build alignment and clarity, what you want to do is focus more on creating a shift in how people see their problem, in how they believe about their struggle, right? You want to show understanding through your content. You want to use ideas. You want to sell the pathway, not just the outcome. You want to share your value and belief, to build that connection. You want to show your method as well, right? Not just the result, as well as you want to target an identity, right? Not just target a niche. So by doing so, you're gonna make people follow you and buy on the same day, right? Audience see you as the only option. You turn sales call into onboarding call because people who jump on sales call are almost like 90% so on you. You get more inbound leads. You stop competing on giving more, right? You stop competing on quantity, right? So yes, you can again look through here some of the DMs that I get of people who reach out to me who are ready to buy from me, who see me as the only option. The second component is the one content ecosystem, right? We want to build a machine again to attract, contain, nurture, and convert followers on autopilot. Now, most coaches, most content advice, right, sounds like this, right? Copy what's trending, use this ChatGPT prompts. You want to do more short form content, just tell stories or use better hooks. I'm pretty sure you heard of this, most of the time. And they treat every piece of content, individually. So most people teach you what to create, right? But not the why behind them, not the principles behind them. And the reality is, by doing so, you are going to grow your page, right? It doesn't build desire, doesn't build trust, doesn't convert, right? It attracts random followers who would never buy from you. You train people to consume, right? Not take action. Your content either flops or perform well. There's no in between. And as well as leads either buy or die, right? Again, there's no in between. So rather than that, we want to build an ecosystem. So if you can look at the graph here, there's 4 types of content that make up the content ecosystem, right? Your search content, which is your viral content, right? Some sort of content that help you search for non-followers. Second is your value content, which is your solve content, content that helps people solve a certain problem. And share content, which is your nurture content to build alignment, build clarity, build connection, as well as your sell content, which is your conversion content that makes people take action, right? These are the different type of content to build that makes up the content ecosystem. So every piece of content that you put out has to have its own purpose, right? And having this ecosystem will help you contain lead and nurture them. It helps you generate daily inbound leads as well. And people follow and reach out within days. All right. As well as your content works as an engine to generate leads for you, because each piece of this content is trying to sell your audience in certain aspect and nurture them, generating them into hot leads on autopilot, right? And the whole goal of this ecosystem is to build alignment and clarity, and then making them take action towards working with you. So we want to stop seeing content as an individual piece of content, like when you post a piece of content and then it either works or it fails, right? There's no in between. Rather than doing that, we want to start creating to build your own ecosystem. So every piece of content has its own purpose, and you know exactly what that piece of content is trying to do for you, right? Now, having an content ecosystem will help you start attracting and stop chasing. You're going to start generating more daily hot inbound leads. Your content does the selling for you. The ecosystem nurture the rest of the audience silently, right? Those who might not be ready to buy from you, it continuously nurture them. You stop stressing as well when content doesn't perform well, because again, every piece of your content has a certain purpose. It might not get views, but it function as a piece of content, to nurture leads. So you can see here, one of the coaches that managed to sign on 2 clients, right, that reached out to him through seeing one of his posts. And we did not fix any, funnel issue. We did not change up his offer. All we did was change up his content and his positioning and building up this content ecosystem, and he was able to generate 2 online clients within 2 weeks of implementing this strategy by just posting, I believe, 3 to 4 times a week. Right. So the third component that I want to talk about is your 1 lead a day system, right? How to turn the right audience who's ready to buy into daily inbound leads. So most coaches will tell you this, right? You need more followers. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you don't need more followers, or run paid ads, do cold outreach, desperate sales call, right? Force people into a sales call and then handle objection after objection. or send them to your landing page, right? So they use a direct funnel. Now, I'm not saying that funnel doesn't work. It's one of the method that certainly you can use. But what funnels are designed to do is it guides people from unaware or with the problem to problem aware to solution aware to product aware and most aware of your offer, your product. And the problem with that is it leads the people to make a simple decision. They either buy or they die, right? And that is how funnels are designed. And the reality is with the funnel, you are gonna waste a lot of time trying to convince people who aren't convinced. You will losing leads through your funnel, right? As well as you appear salesy, and it might turn people off. Now, what's the solution? The solution is we just need a daily action plan that helps you generate conversation with hot inbound leads, right? People who are ready, who are sold on your mechanism, who are sold on you. And those are the people that we want to speak to, not just anyone who follows you or who likes your content, right? Now, by doing so, you're going to stop wasting time chasing. You're going to stop sounding desperate, which lose authority. You're going to stop losing potential clients. You're going to stop spending hours sending cold DMs. You're going to stop getting ghosted and no-shows. And you can see here some of the strategies that the coaches implemented through their story, and they was able to generate about 70 leads, right? And these are people who engage with their content, who are hot inbound leads, right? We're not just here to do, cold DMs and then getting ghosted, getting no-shows, sounding desperate. Now, I want you to imagine this with me. Imagine how it feels like waking up every day to someone new in your DMs asking how they can work with you, without needing to post 3 times a day, chasing trends, or embarrass yourself for views. Imagine building so much quiet demand with your content that's when someone reaches out, they are already 90% sold. They just need the link, right? There's no multiple objection handling. There's no hard selling. There's no hard convincing. Now imagine having one simple system that runs in the background to turn strangers into warm leads while you get to stay focused on coaching, not stressing about your content. Imagine never having to wonder what do I post today, right? Because you have an exact content blueprint to follow that is proven to attract, nurture, and convert the right people on autopilot. And imagine not just getting consistent leads, but the right ones, right? People who only wants to work with you, that chase you rather than you having to chase them. This is what the One Content Blueprint does. And these are the five core values that is made out of: simplicity, efficiency, precision, consistency, as well as alignment. And the 3 core components that make up the One Content Blueprint is your one messaging, your one content ecosystem, as well as your one lead a day system. Now, this is an analogy that I learned from my mentor, which I really like. So we all have 2 options in life in how we achieve our goals, our dream, right? So for example, you at this moment, you're probably an online coach or fitness coach who wants to transition online, or you want to just sign on more clients, but you struggle with content. You've been posting consistently, but you still struggle to get leads. Now, your dream place would probably be you signing on new clients every single week. You are fully online. You're making good money, right? You know exactly what to post. But there's always, 2 ways in how we achieve our dream, right? We can try to implement different strategies on ourselves, try and error, do our own research. And in the end of the day, if you are persistent enough, if we are dedicated enough, disciplined enough, we are going to eventually reach our goal. And I believe you are going to reach that as well. But it might take longer. It might take 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, right? Or we can utilize a proven system, invest in your knowledge, in a mentor, again, in a system that works to help you achieve that goal way faster. So it's about time and effort, right? Which one do we value more? So if you are a fitness coach and you want to grow your fitness coaching business on Instagram attract daily inbound leads with the one content blueprint, just DM me OCB to my Instagram, and there should be a link down below, right? And I'll share with you more details on how this entire thing works. If not, hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you guys get something out of it. If you have any question, feel free to DM me on Instagram. Always happy to answer them. And yeah, enjoy your day wherever you are, whatever time you are. And I'll see you in the next one.